when it come to Kokoro's unnamed child, Mitsuru, you are the father. What's up, everyone? It's your boy Scott. Welcome to the Scott Report. Today we're here to talk about Darling in the Franxx episode 22, and this was definitely the calm before the storm. Very quiet, very serene, very heartfelt episode as things are about to get really real. Because we're almost at the end, episode 22 out of 24. What I want to focus on the most with this episode was the events of last episode left 0-2 in a comatose state. And, with only 3 episodes left, including this one, I thought, it wasn't any more room for heartbreak and it was just going to be an uphill battle from here. But no, Darling and Franxx still want to pull at our heartstrings. They still want to bring the feels, and this episode had no shortage of it. I mean, this was a very quiet episode, but we got so much that was involved in it that it makes you want to root for the characters. It makes you fear for the characters. It just gives you a sense of hope. It gives you a sense of despair. It just gave you all of the feelings that you could put together into one episode as we speed into the finale, especially with Hiro, seeing 0-2 in this vegetative, comatose state, just being there by her side, feeding her, just making sure she's okay, watching over, making sure that she is all right, and just trying to nurse her back to health and hoping that she gets back to her true form, making sure that she's safe because her body is tearing itself apart. She needs help, and she needs help fast, because the reason for this, the reason why 0-2 is in this state where she's just out of it, is that her body is actually linked to Supremo Strelitzia up in space. And while that battle is going on up there, while the robot is getting damaged, it's damaging her body too. It's just like her body that is on Earth is just a vessel. Her mind is within the robot. So when that robot's taking damage, so is her physical body. And things just got trippy. Things just got real with Darling in the Franxx. And with that being said, Hiro made the declaration that we're going to go up there, we're going to save my boo, we're going to save my baby, so set your controls to outer space. Sorry, I just had a Power Rangers moment there, I had to. Hiro also has blue horns growing on his head too, so you wonder how the effects are starting to affect him. Like, is it doing the reverse, like the story is saying, and a lot of us has been speculating about that. Now he is turning more monster-like or creature-like, while 0-2 is turning more human. But when they locked horns, well, not like that, but when those horns touched, he was able to see a vision of what was going on with 0-2 in space. And this is the bulk of the episode, and the majority of what this episode was about was humanity just trying to get back on their feet. Humanity trying to rebuild. We're Vrim in space. Humanity's left to rebuild with what they got, and it ain't much. I mean, they only have maybe a year or maybe even less than that of resources, because the Earth is in shambles. The Earth is tethered, is war-torn, it's destroyed. They're trying to plant stuff and it's just not growing anymore, and they're running out of resources. And the battle between the Clacks and Vrim is still going on behind them while they're out there farming, trying to make ends meet and do what they can to pull themselves back up together. You gotta deal with bombs and crashing and Claxosaurs speeding off into space and everything falling around them while they're just trying to get their wits together and try to survive. And humanity has grown to depend on the magma energy, not manga energy. Humanity's grown to become depending on that, and that's becoming a little bit of a conflict as well, especially since they've been using that to live for so long. Now ethics is coming into play, because you have to look at it like what they were doing to the Claxosaurs is wrong, and it was under the manipulation of Vrim. So now if they can't use that anymore, how are they going to survive? What are they going to survive with? So that's a very big topic, because you start to think that yes, we need to do this to live, but should we be doing it? Humanity's gonna have to find another way, and they're gonna have to find it fast or they're gonna be extinct. They can't continue to live off the Claxosaurus plight, so maybe they could come to some type of agreement where when this is all said and done, maybe they can come together and actually come to an agreement, or maybe humanity could just build itself from the roots, because we did see that it's possible for them to revegetate and regrow again with some of the stuff that they're getting from the earth. And Goro's gonna take the ship and try to lead humanity back. And I really love Goro as a character. You guys know that, because he's looking at things in the big picture. You know, why everybody's worried about what's going on in space and saving Zero Two. Goro's like, we have to live. So we need to start planning on what we are going to do down here and let them hash that shit out themselves. And of course, the Nines and Alphas punk ass is taking this exactly how I thought they would. I don't feel sorry for them. I don't. They do have redeeming qualities now that they're becoming to light with what's going on with them. But a little bit back to dependency, you know, their bodies were dependent on the good food they were getting, on the treatments and everything that their papa was giving them. You take that away and they don't have anything anymore. They don't have anything to fight for but to fight. They have that dependency, you know, Alpha is straight refusing to eat food. Like, this isn't going to help me. This isn't going to do nothing. I need what I need. And just the feeling of hurt and betrayal is starting to seep in with Alpha finally. I mean, he was finally beginning to get over that. There's nothing left for him but to battle. So now maybe he can pull himself up and at the very least get back at the people that done what they done to him. You know, I mean, there's a little bit of redeeming quality. That pride of his is finally starting to shrug off, but as a character, I still don't like him. Just get out there and do what you're supposed to do. If he perishes, I really wouldn't care. But the damage is too far done with humanity overall, because even this overseer, this substitute mama, is still waiting on orders from Papa, and she still wants the baby from Kokoro dead. She's just kind of like, oh yeah, well, now that you're pregnant, you can't pilot a Franxx anymore, and we usually just abort those. It's like, what are you talking about? You don't have a Papa. Your Papa is these people up there that's destroying your planet. What are you doing? You know, we still got Kokoro and Mitsuru, even though it looks like they're slowly starting to come back. You know, you still have their minds wiped. Yukuno's body's breaking down. I mean, her hair is completely white. She's getting sicker and sicker and sicker, and she's beginning to look like an old lady. And the damage is still there, but humanity is just going to have to get on their feet, get themselves back together, and get to living for themselves before they worry about what's going on in space. So a lot of things that Goro was talking about in this episode, well, honestly, this was kind of a Goro focused episode, or at least on how he feels about things. They gotta start building. They need to start building fast, and I'm hoping we can find a little something from everybody. But the way things are going, we're gonna lose somebody. I don't want to see it. I mean, Akuno's getting more and more sick, and because of that, she might say, you know, maybe this is the last thing I can do. Of course, the death flag is always on Goro, which I fear, but everybody ain't coming back from space next week. We already know that. Somebody's gonna get left up there. Somebody's gonna make that noble sacrifice, and I just hope it isn't Goro. It could be Zorome. Oh man, I don't know. Even at this point, it might even be Futoshi, because, you know, even though he's fighting it back and he's being the best guy he can, he still loves Kokoro very much. So maybe he'll make this noble sacrifice or something. We're gonna get a Kitan moment from Gurren Lagann next week, or definitely the week after before it ends. Somebody's not gonna come back. That's what I'm predicting. And it's just gonna hurt too much now, because I didn't care about these characters at first, but now they have become a part of my weekend. And I want to see all these kids make it through. Finding a resolve to move on is going to be the biggest factor in all of this. And even Hero's at his breaking point, you know, before he decided to say, you know what, that's it. Zero Two's in space, I'm going to save her. He was at wit's end, because everybody looks to him for guidance. Everybody looks for him as an inspiration. And in this episode, he was finally like, I don't know. I don't know what to do, and I don't care anymore. If I don't have my darling, I don't care about anything else. And the love that he has for Zero Two, I really do commend that. But Goro was 100% right to put this guy in place. And if Goro does not win Best Boy at the Crunchyroll Awards in everybody's heart this year, I think it really is going to be a riot, because this guy has been putting his self on the line, and he's been spitting nothing but knowledge the entire time. Goro was basically like, look, you always do this. You always throw yourself out there first. If you think about it, you don't care about us. All you care about is Zero Two. You want to go out there and do whatever you can do to save her. We support you no matter what, but you don't ever stop to think what we're giving up to help you. And you need to start doing that. So when he punched Hero, it was warranted. It was a long time coming. And Goro wants to do the best for everybody, and you can't be mad at that, because he's right. It's about time that Hero starts giving back. You know, everybody's putting themselves on the line to help him achieve his goal, and that's the way it's always been. It's about time you start thinking about everybody else too. So the entire cast, including the possibly redeemable Nines, are now heading to space in order to save Zero Two. Meanwhile, on Earth, you're gonna have Nana and Hachi be heralded as the new parents of the new generation that's coming up. And thankfully, they made the call to have Kokoro and Mitsuru stay behind, because I was going to be pissed if one or both of them went into space, because they don't need to. These guys are the future. Let's go ahead and keep them safe because we need them for humanity. And, you know, Dr. Franxx actually kept the memories of all the adults that was going on right now. So it's a possibility that they can get their minds back. And hey, we actually found Naomi. She was frozen. She's probably dead. But guys, definitely let me know what you thought of this episode in the comments below. As always, if you liked the video, go ahead and drop it a like. And if you want to hear more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. As there's not shortage of content for you guys to indulge on this channel. Looks forward to hearing what your guys' thoughts, predictions, and everything is about this series as it's coming to an end. So that little bit of sadness is getting there, because this has been such a big part of the channel and it's been so fun that when this is over, I don't know. I mean, of course something else is gonna come, but it's always that one season out the year that I'm truly gonna miss, where I get a lot of interaction and I get to engage with you guys a lot. And unexpectedly, that's what Darling in the Franxx has brought me, and it's been nothing but absolute fun. So a lot of people, you know, even I said this at one point where I thought this could have a season 2, but I don't think that anymore. I think they can really wrap this up in these last 2 episodes that we're gonna get, and that's gonna be it. I really don't want them to drag this out. Just go ahead and have this space battle. Let's get an epilogue and let's end this journey, and let's see if it really earns the right to be among the classics, because we already know it's a lot of hate going on with this series, which is only because people just want to. There's nothing wrong with this series. There's nothing bad about it. But I've talked about that already. So once again, thank you guys for watching this video. As I always say, you guys be anywhere on YouTube right now, just chose to listen to me. I really appreciate that. So thanks for stopping by. On that note, it's your boy Scott signing out. See you soon.